This is Reverend Natalie Jean, and I'm back at you with the Emma Curtis Hopman movement. Today we're going to talk about knowing versus believing. We can believe anything that we want in this incarnation, but the problem with belief is that the belief can change. Now, knowing is something that is a fact, it is certain, it is something that is just true and cannot be changed. So you have to get to a point where you're going to decide that you know versus you believe. There are things that you're going to believe and that can stay true. But when it comes to your oneness, your connection to God, you've got to know that it is the strongest, the most powerful thing in the universe. Because that is when you will know and you will see wonderful manifestations flowing around you, breaking through the universe to touch you, to guide you, to move you. The knowingness that we have to have is that we know that we are loved. We know that we are never alone. We know that we are guided. We know that God is helping us do whatever we need to do. And we know that we need nothing. Remember, we need nothing. Now, if something comes about in your life, an error or a challenge, you can talk to your minister, your pastor. I wouldn't even talk to your family members, friends, whoever. Because sometimes when you talk about it, as I often say, you empower that thing that is trying to disturb you, that is trying to move you, that is trying to take you away from God, from spirit, from the power that is trying to say, I'm here. Let me wrap my loving arms around you. Let me move you. Let me guide you. Watch my light. Listen to the light that's within you, because you can hear my light. You can hear my love beckoning you to hear me, to say, I love you, and I know that you can move mountains. With me by your side, there is nothing that you can't do. Now, the believe thing is trying to, okay, you believe it in one moment, and then you're not going to believe it the next. You need to stay firm in your beliefs in everything that you do. Now, the thing is, sometimes we'll meet people. Let's say you're in a quest to have a loving relationship with somebody. Well, the first and foremost best relationship that you're going to have is with God. That's the best relationship. So when you have that connectedness, the person that's supposed to come to you is going to be the best person for you. But sometimes when we are confused about what we want, we can have people come into our lives, and then we become afraid of telling them what we believe in. We have to be firm in our belief system. We can't be afraid of those that will not believe in what we believe in or think we're kind of crazy in the things that we believe in. You have to be able to stand firm to what you know is true about God and what you know is true about you. So you cannot not believe. You've got to know that in no uncertain terms that God will always be with you. Now, when you're trying to manifest this wonderful relationship, the best thing that'll come to you is that God will send you something that is so great, so exactly like you, maybe a little bit opposite, so there can be a little spiciness to it, but something that is so correct, so that moves you, that there is such a great connection with you that you can talk about anything. That is the most powerful connection that you can have, even for people that are not into spirituality. You want somebody that's going to move with you, not away from you. You want somebody that's going to listen and want to learn. Not everybody has to be into every aspect that you are into, but they must be willing to be open and see your point of view, as you will be open to see the other person's point of view. You've got to know with an unwavering faith that you are worthy, you are deserving, you are loved by all means that is known by God. That is the greatest power. And when you have that understanding, you have that knowing, you are like a fortress that cannot be stopped. God is great and God is everywhere, but most importantly, God is within you. You can't be afraid to stand up for your beliefs. You can't be afraid to stand up for somebody else. What is fear? Fear is something that tries to stop you to do anything in your life. I myself believe in many, many different things. I believe in Emma Curtis Hopkins, my love, my girl. I love to say she's my girl. And I stand up for everything that she stands for. There are people that have come to me and think whatever I teach, preach is kind of crazy. I said, I know it's crazy to you, but you know what? This thing has moved me. It has helped me. It has made me see a wonderful path to life. I don't get sad anymore. I'm not depressed. And yes, I was a person that used to get depressed, that felt lonely, that didn't have a way. And when I got involved with the different teachers that I got involved in, they introduced me to different modalities. And then I was introduced to Emma Curtis Hopkins. I didn't need anything else. I knew who I was because I learned to speak the truth about myself. And guess what? The truth doesn't change. Now, my mind will tend to wander to start thinking, and I say, no, the process is not to think. It's to let go and let God move me in a wonderful way. Let me be guided by God. And it's an interesting thing. Once I started to let go little by little, I would listen to God tell me to go different directions, do this, do that. And sometimes I would question, well, how is Natalie going to get this done? But I got it done because I had to remember, I had to know without a doubt that God was guiding me to do this, that time was not of the essence, that time is infinite in the spiritual world, that I can do all things that I want to do because God is with me, God moves me, God guides me, nothing else. I don't listen to the naysayers. I come to a point where sometimes people will give me messages and it is up to me to decide whether I'm going to accept it or I'm going to move on from them. I take the time to meditate on it, to say, you know what? God, guide me in the right direction. This is a message that I received. Is this from you? Then if it is from you, I need to hear it from you. And in my dreams, sometimes I will get the answers that I seek. Now, our job is to be able to see the good in everybody. And this is the knowing. This is the faith we have to have in God, knowing that God is good and that everyone is a part of that good. Even if somebody comes off to you being mean, irrational, doing stupid things, you have to know that there is a good, that there is good in that person, that no matter what the person has done, God is there. God is there because the God within you is allowing you to see the God within the other person. And that is how we learn forgiveness. And that's how we stay away from the human conditioning. This lifetime is about helping one another. See the light. Have that illumination. Let it rise within us. Let us move the mountains. Let us clear away the minds of diseases and let people to only see the Spirit. And if they don't believe in God, that's fine. Let them see harmony and peace and love. All you have to do in this lifetime is to show people love. Like I said, there's a song by Chris Lambert. It is awesome. It's called The Aftermath. All he says, it doesn't take but a moment to tell somebody that you love them or you think that they're beautiful. Beauty is inner, beauty is outer. So you can tell anybody that they're beautiful, handsome, whatever, because we all come from God. But you have to understand your connection first, because once you get an understanding of your connection and you know that nothing can break that connection and that you're guided by the light of God that never fails, the first thing you're going to only see is love. Your eyes will be open to a brighter today, to a better tomorrow. There will be no war. You won't be able to focus on this thing because it doesn't come from God. But what you will do is you will visualize, you will meditate, you will pray that all these things that are not of God will vanish and move out of this universe. And there will only be love here. So remember, you need to know, not believe, with an unwavering faith. And the interesting thing is that sometimes Emma will tell you, you don't need to have faith. It is not about faith. It is about the knowing. Because Jesus walked around just knowing that he and God were connected, and everything that he asked for was right there. He used the earth to heal. He used his own saliva to heal. He just knew it. He did not have to have an unwavering faith. He knew his powers. He knew his connection to God. He knew who he was. And we must get to a point where we know who we are without listening to the idle chatter that is always trying to tell us that we can. Well, I'm here to tell you that yes, you can. You can move a mountain. You can spread the truth. And you can say that you're a God and that you are love and that you are the greatest power. This is the knowing of truth. This is the speaking of truth. We have to learn to walk the walk and talk the talk. Back at you. Next time.